Here's my audience. My tribute speech is about my grandfather, Charlie. Grandfather was born in 1922, and he was the third of 8 children. Grandpa's father moved the family from place to place, wherever he could find work. When Grandpa was 12 years old, his mother died, and 1 year later, his father died. The children were sent to live with various family members. My grandfather was sent to live with his aunt and uncle on a farm in Lawrence, Kansas. As soon as my grandfather turned 18 in 1940, he joined the Navy. Grandfather said he enjoyed being in the Navy until World War II. Following an honorable discharge from the Navy in 1945, Grandfather returned to Lawrence, where he met and married my grandmother. Because so many men were returning home from World War II, jobs were hard to find. In the Lawrence area, there weren't any jobs, so grandfather and grandmother moved to Topeka. One of the first jobs grandfather had was delivering large blocks of ice to customers in their homes. My earliest memory of my grandfather is when he would pretend to be a Western gunfighter. He would meet me at the top of the stairs, make eye contact with me, and each of us would pull out our imaginary 6-shooters. My grandfather had an excellent sense of humor. A second memory is of my grandfather riding his Ford tractor to plow up his garden in front of the house. Although untrained professionally, grandfather could build anything and he could fix anything. Part of grandfather's legacy is the 3-story French chalet-style house he built by himself. Grandfather would hire some work to be done, such as putting in the chimneys, the plumbing, and the electrical wiring. Everything else he completed on his own. Grandfather was also a self-taught auto mechanic. He would buy a repair manual for a specific make and model of a vehicle, and then he would use that to fix the vehicle. It is because of my grandfather's interest in working on cars and trucks that I decided to become an auto mechanic. Another memory I have is when growing frustrated or angry with a task, grandfather would stop what he was doing and would walk away for a while to give himself some time to think the problem through. I have learned to use this technique in my own life, and it continues to help me. In conclusion, the reason I wanted to write a tribute speech about my grandfather is because he taught me that I can become anything I want to become. Coming from humble beginnings don't determine how far I can go in my career. Grandfather also taught me to stick with things even when they become difficult. Thank you for listening to my speech.